What's up, guys? Doing a video on Energy Fuels UUUU. Okay, so this entire move here I'm counting as 5 up. Here's what it looks like. Kind of a parabolic 5, but it all fits. Here's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 3 is the longest, which is typical EW. Removing the wave count, we've got 1, 2 on the lower time frame. The green number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is on the minor time frame, which is the multi-month to a year. This Roman numerals right here is the minute time frame, which is perfect for the daily. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 1, 2 completes the multi-month yearly time frame 1, the 2. After the daily time frame puts in 5, we go down in 3 for the A, up in 3 for the B, down in 5 for the C. Now that is a flat 3, 3, 5. Then we do 1, 2, 3 up for the X coming off the C, because in Elliott you really can't just have ABC, ABC, because some of these waves that are connected to the longer correction need to be labeled as well. So it's just like, basically when you see a 3 up on an X, you kind of know there's going to be more correction. So it's like a correction, you see the X, okay, well now I know that the C needs to be labeled with a higher time frame W, X, you do 3 down for the A, 3 up for the B, 5 down for the C, got another flat, so this correction is a double flat, leads to the 3 up for the X, 1, 2, 3, finishing with the Z. Now the Z gives the spring, which is 1, 2, 3 for the A, 1, 2, 3 for the B, and then 1. This whole move is 5 waves broken down on the 4 hour. It looks like 3 here, but it's 5. And this ABC is bearish, which would make sense because the whole entire trend is just about ending. So as we come to the end of the third wave, you would expect to be an ABC because it's bearish. After 5, it has to go back down. So the 3 ends over here. I mean, we could put it over here. We could make this the 4. That would still also fit into the scenario where the 5th, because this is 5 up, you got 5 waves in here. And I kind of like that structure as well. The 3 is still the longest. The 4 is kind of deep. Almost test the 618, which is right here at 523, which is the good wave 4. And then after the 5th wave up on the higher time frame is put in, that brings us to where we are now, and that is in another correction, ABC down, ABC. As the 5th wave was getting put in, we put in a head and shoulders. Here's the left shoulder, the right shoulder, the left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. I'm trying to think to draw the neckline right about here because we back tested it. Let me make the color stand out a bit. We back tested the neckline right about here. So that makes me think this is the neckline. So you have left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You have the whole move 5 up. All these waves accounted for in this complex ABC, WXY stuff that I just said. You have a longer 3 wave. Now we go into after 5, you have to have a correction to correct all of this. And this entire move needs to find some new levels of support and resistance and make a higher low versus the start of the trend. So this is just a healthy correction in my opinion. Now if we look at the chart here, this is how you measure from the top of the head to the neckline. This is how you get your head and shoulders target. So it puts it right about here at 356, which is the 786. I don't know if you guys can see it. That's the fib retracement of all of this. So retracing this entire move to the 786 would make sense. Preferably, it would retrace to the 618, but this head and shoulders seems to point to the 786. Now, if we take the B wave and we just kind of put it in yellow so we can see it, and we see that this looks like 3 down, 1, 2, 3, 3 up, 1, 2, 3. We have another flat. So we know that if this might even break down on the 4-hour to 5 waves and make it a zigzag. And a zigzag is a 5 down, 3 up, another 5 down. If it's a flat, it's 3 down, 3 up, 5 down. So either way, whether it's a zigzag or a flat, I'm leaning that this is probably a zigzag because this is very long for 3. So I'm actually going to call it a zigzag. So we start the zigzag, 5 down A, 3 up B. That brings us here. So we know that it has to be 5 down, and usually the C wave of the correction is the worst, where many people give up. So if we label in this as 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and then this is 5, we can see we still have, we still have more downward momentum. So 1, 2, 3 is in, 4 is in. The 4 comes back up, tests the neckline perfectly. Let's even fib it out, this entire move. Yep. Test it back to the 3-8. So if we fib the B wave, probably get the 618 here, almost. 618 was at 777. We went up to 744. So I would. This is a pretty good 4 wave, very close. So now we have to put in the last and final wave, which is coincidentally, this is what's happening in the stock market as well. The NASDAQ, the S&P, they're all in a zigzag ABC correction in the 5th wave of the last wave C. So the UUU is just basically following the legacy markets, the bigger indexes, S&P, NASDAQ. And with the head and shoulders target here and the 1, 2, 3, 4 in, the 5th wave doesn't necessarily have to come all the way down to this target. Like if I didn't have this head and shoulders target and I just eliminated it, the 5th wave could come here somewhere to 450. Could be truncated and double bottom. The truncations when the 5th wave double bottoms or falls short of the 3. It could, we don't know. But, if we didn't have the head and shoulders, I wouldn't be so confident that we're coming back to 350. So the head and shoulders target makes me think we're going to land somewhere between 356 and 523, anywhere over here, maybe 435. We can see pretty clearly the retest of the neckline, the rejection, and now we can see that we put in a lower high versus this recent, looks like a bear hammer, even though it's green. So we rejected from these EMAs, rejected from the neckline, and now putting in a lower high versus the bear hammer. I mean, there's so many signs that are saying that this thing's about to tank to about 350. So I told my group months ago in the channels, in the uranium channels, I cover a bunch of uranium stocks in my group, and I told them all, UUU. Originally, I had a really bearish target of $1.50, and I reanalyzed it. And I've noticed that I was being way too bearish, and greed probably because I want cheap energy stocks before the next bull run. But I reanalyzed it, I recounted everything, and it looks like we have a solid target here, somewhere between 350 and 450, I would say. So look for the completion of the B wave, the completion of the head and shoulders pattern, and then that's a buy because that'll be the bottom. We would have completed the ABC, corrected all of this, and we'll probably start. We'll either do another correction because after 5 we can ABC, and then like I said over here, you can shoot up at an X, or you can start an impulse, and either way, it'll be a bottom, and it'll just be corrections happening over here, until the market agrees that it's a bottom and buyers start coming in. You could do this double bottom, then go like that. But I'm going to be alerting the buyer on this price. So if you like the video, please share it, please like it, and don't be afraid to join the group. It's free to join. Just click the link. It's in my bio. Thanks for watching, guys. On Twitter, that is. Links in my bio on Twitter.